I was just thinking, I hear from so many people across like different forms of sex work, people who are sex workers, people who are sex workers who also engage other sex workers and clients alike, that like there's something really unique about being with people and being intimate with people in contexts where you have to be able to communicate, and especially to be intimate with like sex workers that have the experience of like, we're setting pricing, we're talking about boundaries, I'm going to tell you what's okay with me and what's not okay with me, I'm going to ask you what's okay with you and what's not. Like there really is something about like how detailed you need to be about like your own experiences and likes, your own boundaries and communicating, that I think is just like very novel to sex work in the absence of like real, meaningful, wholesome like sexual health. I even just like, this is slightly related to, but even just teaching and like TAing and just broadly teaching at like colleges and universities, like having conversations with like students about like the kind of like the experiences that they have with like sex and sexuality and online dating and those kinds of like connections and relationships, like I think really for me stresses the need to have like much more clear conversations around how you check in with partners. Like it's almost like people almost mock the idea now of like asking your partner, is this okay? Do you like this? Does this feel good? Like it's almost like something that's like people laugh it out of the room, when it's actually really important to be engaged in like a sexual experience like with the other person in mind, the people in mind. And I think that's something we don't talk through a lot. And if you're getting a lot of like, just coming from like, if you've worked in porn, it's interesting because like, there's a lot of like if you get your primary sexual education from like porn, like very like mainstream aggressive style like pornography, like there's a lot of like, if you talk to sex workers who do that, there's a lot of like prep, communication, time, effort, energy that goes into like facilitating what you see on camera. But like if you're only seeing like oh, this is normal and I'm supposed to grab people like this and I'm supposed to get off like this, and you don't know how to have like actual conversations with your partner, then like often you're setting the other person or other people up for like a lot of pain that neither of you are really equipped to talk about in clear ways after, which can be really traumatic for people.